Hey, Rose, want to grab a drink?
Your happiest hour of the week starts now.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy because the drinks are on us. Welcome back to Drinks on Us. I'm Riley.
And I'm Rose, and we are so happy you joined us for happy hour today. If you're watching virtually with the video, you can see two special guests we have today. This is Rin.
Waving his little paw. This is Truly. Truly like barely fits on this seat with me, and she's so annoyed that I'm making her stay up here. She just wants to jump down. You can go. Go ahead. She's like, I don't know what you want from me, Mom.
She's so stiff. She's like, why is it so bright?
Go ahead, Drew.
But we're so excited. You can probably tell by my voice that it's not all there. Riley and I are in full recovery mode. If you guys follow us on social media, we just got back from a girls' weekend trip. Oh, Bryn's leaving too. They said we don't like doing this. Girls' weekend trip in Austin. And that's actually what inspired our subject that we're going to cover today. So we're going to talk all about planning girls' trips and the importance of it and just some tips, because I feel like being long distance friends and just growing up and people moving away, it's harder. So we're going to dive into it. But I feel like before we need to recap and obviously hear what's in your cup. So what is it? What's in it tonight, Ryan?
What is it? Wait, first of all, your voice is so raspy. I didn't realize till I'm hearing like in my headphones.
Okay, I didn't either. I think I woke up and my body said, you've really overdone it.
Oh, I know. I was so tired. We just like didn't sleep a lot.
No.
But we'll recap all of that. But
okay.
anyways, in my cup, I have Poppy again. I'm drinking the strawberry lemon. I know you love that one. And I've never tried it. At least I don't think I have.
Okay.
So first taste test.
First taste test.
Ooh, I love.
Isn't it so good?
It's not super lemony, which I like.
It's hard to describe. It just feels like quality fruit flavors. Kind of like Spindrift, not artificial.
Yes, so good. What's in your cup?
I also have a Poppy, but I threw in a caffeine-free mango peach fizz. I just felt like my body needed some vitamins, and I'm just on the struggle bus a little bit. Can you hear Rin chewing his bone? Is that loud?
No.
Oh, okay, good, because he's chomping away. So I'll have to take it away from him. But yeah, I'm just drinking the ginger lime one. You've had that before, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's really refreshing. Yay, cheers.
Cheers. This is our, we cheers a lot over the weekend with not mocktails. So we definitely are on the mocktail gang tonight.
Wait, that aloe margarita from that one place we went to?
I need it. Good. So many people replied and were like, oh my gosh, I need that. It looks so good. It was a full, what was the plant coming out? Was that
I
cilantro?
Don't know. I'm assuming yes, but I wish I took a picture of it on the menu. I guess I could look it up online. That was the best margarita I've ever had. So fresh.
It was so good. The flavor, the aloe at the end was incredible.
Incredible.
In that place was so good. We could have stayed there all day. If you guys live or ever go to Austin, you have to go to ABA. ABA. It's on South Congress. I had been to Austin a couple times and always wanted to go there. It's one of those like talked about places, I feel. But really quick side note about that place before we do a brief recap. We started feeling ourselves after these aloe margs. And so, of course, the content creation started coming and TikTok started coming. And I was sitting at the end, like closest to where the waitress would come to check in on us. And we wanted a group shot and there was nowhere to place our phone or stick our phone. It was like a hangout couch lounge vibe. And I was like, I'll just ask the waitress. She's so nice. She wanted to just make all of us leave. She was so unhappy. The shot was horrendous because we were all so panicked and nothing was the same since.
No, nothing was the same. You would have thought we asked her for $1 million. Like, we literally said, do you mind just taking a quick video of us? All she had to do was press a button and record. And I forget exactly what she said. Her response was so rude. And It was literally a 1-second video of us cheersing. It wasn't like we were asking her for anything crazy.
It literally takes the same, if not less, effort to take a picture. And I feel like waitresses and waiters take pics for people all the time. It's kind of like part of it.
Like, it was so rude. I cannot imagine ever being that rude. It was so uncomfortable. And then every time she came back to our table after, it was so awkward.
So awkward. I think if she didn't kill our vibe, we would have stayed there all day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the whipped feta dip that we got and the pumpkin hummus.
Pumpkin hummus. I really want to try and make that.
It was so good.
Like perfect for fall and Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Oh, it was so good, you guys. The food in Austin is incredible, don't you think?
Incredible. Every single meal that we ate was amazing, like 10 out of 10.
I agree. So yeah, if you guys are like wanting to know why did we go on this trip, who went on this trip, Riley and I feel like we've never really explained this, kind of just like assume people knew, but Riley and I grew up together in the same hometown, and we have a group of 7 of us that are absolute best friends. I mean, we've been friends with each other since we were 5, but I feel like our group became in like 6th grade, 7th grade,
like middle school time frame. We all became friends as a group.
Yeah, we became friends as a group, and still to this day, we are best friends. But of course, so much life has happened since then, and we're all over the country now. And one of our best friends, if you heard on last week or do follow us, she recently had a baby and she lives in Austin. And so we try to do at least once a year girls trip. And, sometimes there's no weddings. Like we got lucky the last couple of years having both of our weddings. But this year was kind of an off year. So we wanted to squeeze in a girls trip and also meet her baby while he's still so little because they change so fast. So we made it out of the group chat, and we had such a fun weekend. I'm trying to think of some other highlights, but we had the longest travel day yesterday. Riley and I were at the airport. What?
I haven't talked to you since we left you at the airport. How was the rest of your travel day?
Well, I was getting delayed. I kept getting delayed leaving Austin. So it was super foggy. And Riley and the other girls' flight took off. But thank goodness I had a long layover because everyone else was like going up to the ticket counter because their layovers were getting messed up. But I was like, I so much would rather be. Austin was a pretty good airport, and you guys were there for a little while. So honestly, I like only had an hour at my layover, and I hopped right on my flight. And from Chicago to Louisville is literally up and down in like 30, 45 minutes. So it was fine. It was just long. And then I had to go get Rin and like pick up food. And I feel like I didn't get home till so late, and I was just exhausted. Like I'm still so tired. Are you?
I'm still so tired I feel like we just didn't sleep. Like the last night we were there, we were up so late. I think we went to bed at 3 and got up to go to the airport at 6.
I know.
Catching up on sleep is so hard because then you get home and you have to wake up for work. Like it's just like you can't really ever catch up on sleep. So I'm still really tired, but I'm getting better. And then as soon as I feel better, I'm going to pack and come on another trip to Louisville, which will be so fun.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, we need to catch up at some point because we don't have like the weekend to catch up. But hopefully we can go to bed early tonight and the rest of this week to feel rejuvenated. We did have a good combo. It wasn't even like we were like out and like raging. We actually had a really chill quality time weekend. But like Riley said, like we just don't get to see each other a lot. And there's so much to catch up on. I feel like we would have a convo and we do this thing. I don't know if you and your girlfriends do this, but we do this thing called elevator pitch. Or do we call it the elevator pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try to like go around and hear the minute details of like what's going on in their life or anything that's interesting relationship wise or whatever the case may be. And I think we tried to do that maybe 10 times, and then 85 combos spark out of a conversation you're having. And like our one friend Dev, and I think Kayla was like they started getting so sad even like Saturday, like early afternoon, evening, because it just starts to set in that you're leaving each other and you just want to maximize your time. And I honestly could have stayed up all night, but I was already exhausted from the night before. So,
I know.
Anyways.
I feel like we didn't want to go to sleep because we knew the second we go to sleep, we're waking up early, going to the airport, and it's like the trip's over. So we just stayed up so late talking and catching up and laughing. Like, those laughs when you're laughing so hard that nothing's coming out. That's what was happening to me all weekend. Like it's so fun being together. We just had so many laughs and giggles.
I was telling the girls too. So I know I already told you this, but to our listeners, I feel like the older you get, like, not that I was ever not so grateful for my friends, but I'm like, it's really rare to have a group of 7 people since middle school be like such good friends. And it makes me sad. I'm like, can we all just live in the same town and be neighbors like we were growing up? And it's so sad because to have people that you love and bond with that much, it like, I just makes me sad we'll never all live together again. Doesn't it kind of make you sad?
I know. But it is so amazing when we're able to all plan a trip and like be in one place, at least even if it's just for a day. It's so amazing. And like waking up all under the same roof. We all wake up so early and just all go into one room and one bed and talk all morning. Like it's so fun being with your best friends from start to finish.
It is. I think morning recaps in bed are like the best part. But nonetheless, we had such a good time, and we have 2 of our girls in that group are getting married next year, which truly got me through leaving, like knowing we have events coming in 2024. But yeah, so then we're slowly recovering. Obviously, you can see it on our face too. Honestly, I'm looking rough.
Traveling makes me so puffy. Wait, should we tell them about my ankles?
Please tell them. Maybe it'll make it out of the camera roll, the photo.
Oh my God. Okay. So I feel like this happens to everyone. Like you just get so puffy when you fly and when you're on a trip, just like eating and drinking and just not in your normal routine. I always get so puffy. On Saturday night, we're all sitting around the kitchen table just chatting. I look down. My ankles were so swollen. You couldn't see the bones in my ankle. Dev was trying to rip my tennis shoe off. She couldn't get it off my foot because my ankles were so swollen. And I was like, my cankles. And
you guys, it was so funny. Like Dev was yanking Riley's leg up in the air saying, do you see these? Do you see these cankles?
It was so bad. That was one of the times when it was so funny. Like nothing was coming out. I was laughing so hard. And so I got home on Sunday. I was so puffy. Kate has the Normatec leg pumps where it's like compression sleeves on your legs. I immediately elevated, put the compressions on, and I had to do some major recovery on my cankles.
How are they doing? How are
They're better, but they weren't great right away. Like it took a while for the swelling to go down.
Okay, but
why does that
the airplane,
happen?
I don't know, but I feel it everywhere, but my face, like I feel like my eyes, it looks like I was crying for like 3 days straight. Like they get so swollen. Like I can barely even open my eyelids. Like this could be a paid ad for the Skinny Confidential ice roller, because that thing, you should throw those down on like throw the roller down on the kinks.
I need to throw the roller on the kinks. Yeah, the ice roller is life-saving.
You guys, then we woke up so early. We're trying to be so quiet because Riley and I were the first 2 to leave. And I feel like you blocked it out of your memory, but we like did one last scan, and you said, because she had these cute, they Dunks or Jordans?
They are Jordans.
They're Jordan. She almost left them in the spot of the crime of the where she realized she had cankles. She almost left her shoes on the trip.
I know. Thank goodness I did a once around and found them. I would have left them there.
I know. And this will be our last part because we could go into every single detail. But Riley and I, on the way to the airport, our man was mind you, our Uber was at 6 a.m. He was in a Fiat, not judging the Fiat, but he was in a tux with like his toe point shoes. He had the wildest music on, and I'm not even kidding. His chest was over top, like touching the steering wheel. Riley could have done a split in the back seat.
Rose texted me and said, why is he so close to the wheel? Wait, and he was going 100 miles an hour. I was a little nervous.
100. He did go 100. He got us there in record time. And Riley got patted down. Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry, we're spiraling here, but this part was so funny. Like, you know, when you're so tired and you're just like surviving, and Riley and I both had TSA pre, and I swear she was right behind me.
And we got separated.
I fly through security, and I'm just like looking around and can't find Riley anywhere. I'm just, trying to just give her some patience, just looking around, standing there. I mean, I'd spent at least 8 to 10 minutes, was like, wouldn't you say?
It was so long.
Finally, I turn the corner and I see Riley like this. Rose, or
I
here.
was waving.
I finally caught up with her and tell her what happened through her. Tell them what happened through your eyes.
Okay, so I was right behind you, and then we got split up because there were two separate lines for like putting your that Sebastian Maniscalco
Yes.
Get your laptops when he's like imitating.
Throw it.
The TSA was so chaotic. And we got separated into two separate lines when we had to put our like purses through the thing. And Rose was so tired. I kept trying. I don't think you even knew I got separated from you. You were just going through the line. And so my line took so much longer than yours. I got in trouble because I never had to do the thing where you have to turn the bin. I always just like have to put my stuff on the conveyor belt, but this one had a special bin that had to be a certain vertical. And the woman was so mean to me. She pushed the bin back and said, "Turn your bins." Anyway, so that happened. I was like so panicked because I'm such a rule follower. I couldn't believe I did something wrong. And then I was randomly selected for a pat down.
Of course.
That took forever. Meanwhile, Rose is in La La Land, just like, I don't even know where
I started getting worried. I said, did she like get kicked out of the airport? Like, what happened? Finally catch eyes with her. And she's like, oh, also, I got patted. I got in trouble for not using the rails right. And now I'm getting my bag checked.
Oh, yeah. And then I forgot after the pat down, my purse got, I forgot about this part. My purse got stopped and this woman is like going through my stuff. She's opening my wallet and I knew I didn't have anything in there. Like I was like thinking what could possibly have gotten flagged.
Yeah.
And she closes my wallet, gives me my purse back and she goes, "You might want to empty your change purse." And
Riley said, "Oh, why?"
I said,
the way Riley said it, like she said, "Oh, why? Because it's heavy." She said, what did she say back? She said
no, because it flagged the thing. But
we all said, "Oh, is change illegal these days?" We're confused.
I literally just thought she thought my change purse was so heavy, which I have a lot of change in there.
It was so weird. And yeah, anyways, that feels like 5 years ago.
It does.
Such a blackout experience.
Why was our Uber in a tux? We forgot to talk about that. At
in
6
a tux, in a Fiat. He also punted our luggage into the trunk.
He did.
And then when we arrived, he didn't even go where the cars are supposed to drop you off. He put us with the buses. I was like, "Sir, is this legal?" We were like 5 miles from the terminal. Riley and I, like, when you're so tired, nothing phases you. Like, we didn't even react. We're just unpacking this now.
Oh my God, we didn't even react. Why did he drop us off so far away in the bus lane?
I don't know. But one other thing, I swear, then we'll get past this. But we were at this one bar and this man, I'm not sure if his hearing or he was having a bad day. Our friend Taylor asked for a tequila pineapple about 10 times. And finally, he got it right. He had to remake it because first time was wrong. Second time, there was an ant in it. And third time, he brought it back and it was literally chocolate brown. I said... that is not pineapple. And then I got a ranch water, which is supposed to have like lime juice, tahini, tequila, and soda. And he pulls out a mustard bottle. Literally, thank goodness, like we were watching, but the lime juice actually was just being stored in a mustard bottle. I was so stressed. Riley goes, "What the heck did you order?" I said, "Just got a ranch water. Why is it mustard?"
I was just laughing so hard nothing was coming out. I forgot he went squirt of mustard like so casually.
So many little things like that happened all weekend, but it was the best. We were just laughing so hard and had the best time. And I literally think knowing that you're coming here this weekend made it, obviously I'm sad that not all the girls are going to be here this weekend, but it made it less hard to say bye. I
know. I'm going to see you so soon. So I'm so excited.
Can't wait. And the boys get to golf together.
Yes. It's going to be so fun. And it's going to be a gorgeous weekend in Louisville. Have you looked at the weather?
No. Is it good?
It's going to be really nice. Like, I think 70 degrees.
Oh, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I still need to figure out what the heck I'm going to wear to the game.
Me too. I really don't know. My brain won't make outfits anymore. I know. I can't.
I know. I really tanked this last weekend. I I couldn't come up with anything and nothing was like coming to mind.
That's how I'm feeling for the game. We'll have to text
Okay.
about it. Send
Yeah.
some options.
So yeah, and we have something really exciting in store that we're gonna tackle while we're together. So it's exciting. That's kind of our recap, what's in our cup. But also, do you have anything else you want to say, or do you want to get into what's in our cart?
No, we can get into it.
Okay, I want to hear what's in your cart. I feel like this weekend when we were together, we had like 85 things that could be in our cart. So we're really stocked up.
So stocked up. So I wanted to talk about my travel outfit. Wasn't it cute?
Adorable. The hat. I'm obsessed.
Oh, the hat. Oh, I'll have to link the hat. But I got this like super comfy travel set from Amazon. I just happened to see it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to order that. It looks like a good plain outfit. It ended up turning out really great quality. And it was so funny. I was sitting at the gate in Pittsburgh on the way to Austin. And this woman sitting next to me was like, I love your sweatpants. Where'd you get them? I said, Amazon. She went on, I was like, it's actually a set, this top and these pants. They come together. She went on Amazon and bought the outfit right then and there. It was so cute. It was so cute. It comes in a bunch of colors. So she bought it in this like really pretty olive green color. But I was like, I should have sent her my affiliate link. And
I was going to say that too. Wait, I love that it comes in a bunch of colors. It was so cute. You'll have to like, when you link it, like also link it, like show you how you wore it. Cause I feel like you made it look so cute how you styled it too.
I will. Yeah. I wanted to mention that just because it's a good, I feel like sometimes you get things from Amazon and it's not great quality, but this actually is, it was like thick material, good quality.
Super cute. Do you think it replaced your other go-to travel fit? You're like the jumpsuit?
Romper.
Yeah.
Probably because that one's more of a summer. It's literally like spaghetti straps and shorts. So I can't really wear it in the colder weather.
Yeah. You should link that too. Cause I know that's like your go-to travel fit. I feel like that's such a common thing though. It's like, what is a good traveling outfit? Because there's nothing worse than being uncomfortable flying.
Right. I like to be cute and I like to be comfortable. So I will link my travel fits. But I also wanted to mention, so I saw these on TikTok and I also try them because you use them, Rose, and I travel with them everywhere I go. The skin towels.
Oh my gosh. Life-changing.
Literally life-changing. Like when you're washing your face and you're using like a dirty Airbnb towel. No, these skin towels are amazing. They come in a box and I don't know how I ever lived without them. They're clean.
You're subscribed?
No, but I need to.
Oh my gosh, you have to get subscribed. It's the best because you don't have to think about it. And they just come. It's like, I don't use them as fast as my subscription comes, but first time before I subscribed, I ran out and it was the worst thing ever. Like using a towel. Oh my gosh, just go on and order and put it on subscription.
Can I do subscription on Amazon? Do I have to do it through the website?
Yeah. No, yeah. You don't subscribe to anything on Amazon?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm subscribed to way too much on Amazon.
I should start doing that. I'm always panicked because, you know, like when you accidentally sign up for like subscriptions or things, I feel like I'm always just nervous of that. So I never do it.
Yeah. Well, explain what they are for people who don't know.
They're basically just little towelettes that you can use. Like I use them for washing my face and they say that towels hold a lot of bacteria. So they're just so much better for your skin. And I don't know, what are the other benefits? That's my main thing.
Like it's just as much as you clean your towel, it's not going to be as clean as something that has never been used before. And it's so nice traveling, especially because like at home, at least you know like what detergent you're using and like where your towels have been. When you're traveling, I feel like that can make you break out. And I don't know, I love it. I put my cellar water on them and that's how I start to take my makeup off. I love it. Our one friend Emily said she wishes they made them for the body too.
I love that. Like they're just
amazing.
Clean.
Rin's having a time over here. Sorry if you guys can hear him.
I can't.
What's True doing?
She's laying in her little bed by the door. At first, I don't know if you heard her. She growled because she wanted me to get up and let her out.
No,
but she's fine now. She's content in her little. Do you have that little Best Friends by Sherry bed? It's like a anxiety bed.
Is it like fluffy?
Yeah.
Oh no, Rin turned that into a toy when he was a puppy.
He did.
Yeah, he literally would like turn it inside out and like rip it. and play it. Now he's playing with the Barefoot Dreams blanket and Bones. But
he's in such a playful mood.
Yeah. He's going crazy over here. But I was going to say about the Clean Skin Club. I don't even know the specific name, but I bought a cute tissue holder. You know how like people put covers over their tissues? Because I was like, the only thing about it is it's just like not cute to look at.
No,
so
I don't keep it on the counter.
You should get one, and I put them in and it looks like tissue, but it's my skin towels.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
So aesthetic.
Just,
Love.
you know, I need the convenience, but I also, you know, need it to look aesthetic. Well, yay.
Of course.
I'm happy that you're now going to be a subscribed girly.
Yes. Okay, so what's in your cart? That's really all I have.
Okay. So Riley and I are the only one of our friends who aren't using an electric toothbrush.
Yeah, we discovered that this weekend.
I feel like it's been something Ryan and I have talked about getting, because every time we get our teeth cleaned, our dentist tells us to do it. And it just is something that always falls to the wayside. Like I never do it. Riley and I were so funny. All our friends had like their mechanicals going off, and Riley and I were over there like, scrub it, scrub
manually
it, scrub.
brushing.
So I think we should get one, but I was going to ask the listeners if you have one that you absolutely love. I think Riley and I are both in the same ballpark of like, maybe one day we'll get a really nice one, but we don't want to spend like over 150. I don't even know what's accurate. I know there's really expensive ones though.
Yeah. My dentist also tells me to get an electric toothbrush, and he says do not spend, like you can get a really good one that gets the job done for $50 to $100. He's like, don't spend more than that. It's not, you don't need it. It does the same thing.
Yeah. So didn't he, when we were talking about it, subscribe a specific brand?
Oral-B, I think, was it?
I think all of our friends had Oral-B or Philips, but if you guys have one that you love that fits our criteria, I think we need to pull the trigger.
What's our criteria? Just the price range?
Well, I guess the only criteria, is the price. But there's just really expensive toothbrushes out there, and I can't do that right now, you know?
I feel like sometimes people, like brands, make you think you need the most expensive one, and it's just like rude. You can't afford that.
We just don't need that energy. Hence why we both have $8 toothbrushes. So that was one thing that I realized on the trip. And then the other thing kind of goes into makeup. I feel like I don't have a full coverage foundation. I love the Giorgio Armani, but I feel like it's not full coverage. And I loved yours, and I loved Taylor's Tom Ford stick, the one that Alex Earl uses that apparently is like this heaven sent. It conceals like red marks and pimples. And I've been wanting to try it. And we were talking in the bathroom all getting ready. And Taylor had it, and hers was a little too light for me, but I think I want to get that. So it's kind of like the combination. I want to get the Tom Ford. I don't know the exact name, but I'll link it. But I also should I try the Double Wear that you love?
I think you should.
Okay.
I think you'll like it. Wait, it was so funny. We were doing our makeup and you were talking about this product, and Taylor whips it out. She's like, oh, this? And you're like, yes, I've been dying to try that. So it's just so funny.
I know. I happened to have saw it on Alex's page, like covering up her acne. Amazing. And then Taylor pulled it out. And I feel like maybe the reason I had never pulled the trigger on it is because it is a pretty expensive product. But if it works so well, I think it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you got to test it out before buying it. So after you tried it, do you feel like it sold you? Like you're glad that you did?
Well, I feel like I didn't know where, like how to apply it and like what stage, like what step in makeup. I also had used self tanner before, and my makeup right now is so dark from summer, like my skin tint and foundation. Mm-hmm. And Taylor's was super fair. So I feel like I couldn't fully judge it because it was like a totally different tone.
Yeah. So do you think you'll get it?
I don't know. I think I want to try it. Worst thing, I feel like if I get it through Sephora, they have pretty good return policy.
Yes, I feel like that too. I know Ulta, like I was saying in a previous episode, there's one right by me, so I'm always there, but they are really great about returns. Like if you try something and don't like it and just have the receipt,
that's
it's great.
Yeah. So I think maybe, but I think before that, I would like to get a full coverage foundation, because I think for me, I feel like when I'm doing my foundation, it doesn't feel like a new Like it doesn't feel like I'm fully covered. Like I still have,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like see-through still some. So maybe I'll give yours a go. I just need to do they sell that at Sephora?
I can't imagine that they don't, but I'm not 100. I got mine at Ulta.
At Ulta. Okay, no, I can go to Ulta. I just don't normally.
Yeah.
What is the official title though for everyone? Because can you link it in the cart? Because I feel like
Sure.
now talking about it, people may want it, and I may just. Do you think we would be the same tone? Because I can just get it online from your link.
I got one that's too dark for me. I think Tawny is the name.
Okay.
And it's too dark. I'm going to need to get a lighter one once we get into the winter months.
Okay.
So I would say you should probably go. But it's called Estee Lauder Double Wear.
Okay. So those were the three things I came back from the trip like really, really wanting. And then the only other thing, I wanted to say this at the beginning of the episode, but if you've been listening for a while, Riley and I were saying part of our fall bucket list that we have and that we're doing is finding your favorite sweatsuit. And we both realized that we have one in our closet that we both love. And so we crossed it off. This is mine. You can't even see it on like any of the like packaging, but it's a cute essential set.
It's so cute.
I wear the crap out of it. So I'm going to try and link it, but I just like that it's plain too, like Riley's was the one she wore a couple weeks ago. Cause that way you can like really overwear it and wear them separate. So this is as much effort as I could put in today, but this set is amazing. And the essentials is just on the back. If you're watching the YouTube, I know some people are weird about like logos and stuff. So other than that, that's all I got.
It's so cute. I've been dying to try the Essentials brand because everyone says their like loungewear and sweatsuits are the best. It's a little pricey, but you're making me want to pull the trigger.
Well, it is pricey for sure, but I would say similar to like the bar, it really holds up if you wash it the right way.
Yeah.
And it's been like almost a year and I don't think the quality has declined at all.
I love it. That one's so cute. I like how it's on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, keeps it.
The logo.
Yeah, and Ryan, like this is big on me, but Ryan can wear it too if he wants. So if you get a neutral one, 2 for 1.
Yeah, Kate's so tall. His stuff is...
Well, yeah, his would be a crop.
If something that fit me would be a crop top on him.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for you guys. Sorry about that.
Well, that's what's in our car. I think we should get into the episode. Wait, really quickly. I just said let's get into it, but I just thought of something. We did a poll on our Instagram saying, what's your favorite segment? And I was shocked at the results. You guys love what's in your cart segment, and no one even likes the main segment. Like, should we just not do a main segment?
Wait, I forgot. Some people did reply and they were like, I can't pick one. It was so cute. Someone replied and was like, I can't pick a favorite and I see main segment isn't doing well, but I love it. She said something really cute along the lines of, I couldn't pick a favorite and I hate seeing that main segment isn't doing like the best. But there was like I know this is probably going to come off so annoying, but there was so much engagement on it. Like a lot of people liked it. Maybe just their favorite isn't it. Hopefully, I was
honestly floored at the results. I didn't know you guys loved what's in your cart so much.
I know. Me either. I thought Girls Room would win by a landslide.
And it didn't.
No, it didn't. I don't even know what came in second, but it was really cool to hear what you guys like. But I feel like at the beginning of like starting the podcast, Girls Room got like so many comments. But yeah, hopefully you guys do like the main segment. And if you have constructive criticism, we'll take it.
Yes, please. We love hearing from you guys, good or bad, what you're liking and what you're not liking. But anyways, we are going to get in the main segment. So if you don't like this segment, just skip it.
skip.
But so our girls trip this past weekend inspired us for the subject of this episode. We are just going to go through how to create the absolute best girls trip, the do's and don'ts, all of the must-haves, and we're just going to chat through it. It's going to be so much fun. All of you guys have best friends or are besties who listen, so we thought this might inspire you to maybe schedule your own little girls trip.
Yes.
So I would say we should start at the very beginning, like when the trip is making it out of the group chat. That's literally the hardest part, to find a weekend, because everyone's busy and has stuff going on. It's like finding a weekend where everyone is free is nearly impossible at this stage in our lives. Don't you think?
Oh my gosh, totally agree. Especially too, the further you get from each other and the older you get, like we aren't even in, I know obviously one of our girlfriends has a baby, but I can't even imagine when kids also come into the picture. So like if you're listening and you're at the stage where you also have kids and stuff like that, we give you kudos for committing and just like finding time. It was so funny. Even on our girls trip, the girls who live local to each other, there's still four, I'd say four of you guys that live in Pittsburgh. And they were trying to do a party, like one of our friends is like renovating her home and she was going to do a party. I mean, not one weekend through 2023 worked for everyone. So it takes so much effort. But I do agree. The older you get, there's just so many more responsibilities. Like you don't have the flexibility. But even if you're listening and you're in college and all your friends decided to go to different colleges, like it's hard.
It's so hard, but I will say, like, you have to put in the effort and try so hard to make it happen, because it is so worth it for the memories and the quality time. And like, we've never once regretted planning a trip and spending time together.
No.
So like, as if you're the friend in the group that's like pushing for it and the organizer, just try so hard to get everyone in on the girls trip, because it is so fun. Like what we were saying last episode, the Emily of the group, always the first to book the flight.
Yes. And you need someone like that, because it's so easy. Like everyone has, it's not even excuses. It's like legitimate reasons why they're busy or they can't. And life is expensive. Finding flights is expensive. But at the same time, like we kind of touched on this earlier in the episode, but like the older you get, like you have to foster your friendships and like put in that effort, as hard as it is. Like I remember booking these flights and we were like, oh my gosh, like these flights are crazy expensive. But like any trip I've missed, obviously like it happens. Not everyone can make every trip, but I always have so much FOMO, and I'm so like, you don't even think about the cost, and like it grows you so much. And it kind of like just rejuvenates your friendship, because then you're like, okay, I might not see them for the next 4 to 5 months. So like Riley said, when you're at a girls trip, almost like plan for the entire year, like next year to do another girls trip. Or if you're in college, like plan for like what you're going to do this summer. I think it just takes planning the older you get to really figure out when it's going to work, and to just realize it's not going to be perfect. For like, it was hard for us to commit to, but we all did it because it mattered to us.
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like you really have to put in the time and commit to it in order to, like you said, foster the friendships and create the memories and spend the quality time. It just brings you even closer. But I will say, you were saying all the girls who live in Pittsburgh, we were on the same flight going down there, and it is well, and on the way home, it's so much better traveling with your best friends than traveling alone. Like, I don't know why. It made it so much fun even. I hate traveling alone.
I hate it. And we all, the other Pittsburgh girls made it to the airport yesterday because my flight was getting delayed. So I was still there. And they all got to like walk to their gate. And I was like, okay, I'll see you guys soon. Like, it's so sad. So sad. So I totally agree. Like flying with a friend makes the flight go so fast. And I feel like you bond so much in those moments too, because like you're in the air, like you just get to chit chat and like talk and catch up, and getting a drink at a layover is so fun. So yeah, I definitely have FOMO when you guys travel together, but I love that for you guys.
Speaking of getting a drink at a layover, on our way there, we had a layover in Dallas, and we went and got a glass of wine and some snacks at this sports bar. And this guy, we like came in, we were just talking and catching up, and like we came in like a just tornado into this bar, and we didn't even mean to. We were just bubbly and loud, and we were just excited. Talking. And this guy was so annoyed that it was only 3 seats in the bar, and this guy was so annoyed that we sat next to him, and Taylor accidentally spilled her whole entire cup of water all over this guy.
No.
And he was so mean. Like, he was not understanding at all. It was just water. It wasn't like wine or alcohol, but I felt so bad. But at the same time, people are so rude. Like, It was clearly an accident. I don't know why people have to be so
Oh my
rude all the
gosh.
time. But that just made me
That
think
is
of
so funny. I'm just imagining Taylor.
Yeah.
Was he was like sitting at the bar getting a drink himself?
Yeah.
He wasn't the worker. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. What a meanie. Why are people mean? Like,
he was a meanie. But I think we should talk about like itinerary wise, once you do get the trip out of the chat and everyone's coming in, like the perfect recipe. I feel like this past weekend, we had the perfect girls trip between quality time, going out on the town. Like we were able to chit chat. It was like we got it all in a short amount of time.
I totally agree. I think you guys like know your friend group the best. So like I feel like we finally, like you said, have gotten to a place where it's like a little bit of everything, which is hard. And I think when a girls trip is so different than a bachelorette, because it's like you don't have to, like, you want to do exactly what the bride wants to do on a bachelorette. And I'm saying that because so many of our trips with these girls have been bachelorettes the last couple of years. But I think that's so true because sometimes you feel the pressure to like go out and have so much fun and make so many memories, because when you're like drunk at the bar or with your friends or out on the town, like it's so much fun and it creates memories. But there's also so much that you have to catch up on, that like going out in a loud bar, like you can't catch up on and have quality conversations and hear about like how's their job going and their relationships and all that kind of stuff. And so I feel like our friends value sitting around a kitchen table or laying on the couch and just having drinks at home and truly getting to like hear each other and catch up. Don't you agree?
I agree completely. So we all got in at different times on Friday. I was having so much FOMO because Rose, you got there so much earlier, and it was like, I just want to get there so bad. But I feel like it was perfect on Friday night. We literally just sat around the table. We ordered in, had snacks and drinks, and we just talked for so long and got caught up on everyone. We did some elevator pitches. And I feel like that was like the perfect way to kick it off. Like it wasn't like we were all rushing there to get ready and go out. We like had time to relax and catch up. And then Saturday morning, we again had a slow morning. We went to brunch. We got caught up with each other. And I don't know, it was just nice to not feel like we had to like rush and get ready. It was so chill.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think there's a fine balance too between having something so itinerary planned out. Like we didn't have a brunch reservation. So like we got to like hang out and lay in bed and catch up with each other and kind of just let the day take us. And I know sometimes, especially for girls like Riley and I, like type A girls, weirdly enough, when I'm on trips, like I don't care, like because it doesn't feel like you need to be a certain place. But I know a lot of times you want to squeeze in everything. But I loved just kind of letting the day take us, because it wasn't like we have to be here and do this. Because like you said, we got to have a chill morning and brunch, and then we got home, we changed, fixed up into like casual outfits, and then we went and like bar hopped for a little. And that was so fun. Obviously, that's where we got the aloe margs, and like we made memories. We got tipsy, and then we got to go home and we had dinner catered in and just drank and played games and hung out again. So it was perfect. So I guess our tip there is don't feel like everything to the hour has to be planned out, and kind of get like a feeler for what the vibe of the trip is. But I always say my favorite moments are like having a drink, but being just with you guys. Because it's like ultimately when you go out to the bar, other people are going to talk to you, or there's going to be loud music. And I also feel like it's harder for all 7 of us to be in the same conversation versus like if we're all together, you can really just hang out and talk and also like reminisce. I feel like, right, you love when we reminisce back on funny stories.
I'm always like, can we tell funny stories?
Yeah. The first night, Riley kept saying, what are other funny stories we can tell? Because it just makes you laugh, and then you like spiral down into nostalgic memories. But I think this was like one of our best trips ever, because I feel like we really got to be in each other's presence.
I know. I feel like we weren't worried about like, I don't know, doing stuff. We were just worried about being together. We always say we will have fun together no matter what we do. We could have sat in the house all weekend and had the best time. So I feel like knowing your friend group and knowing what everyone likes and, you know, the vibe of the trip, like you said, Rose, is important. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we really perfected the recipe of a girls trip. It was short and sweet. It was so quick. We didn't spend a ton of money because it was quick, and we didn't like eat out. Well, I guess we did, but you know what I'm trying to say. We weren't out on the town the whole entire time.
I know. I think that's such a good point too about the money is like, it is expensive to commit and get like, if you're getting a hotel or an Airbnb and the flight, like you can find ways to have so much fun and be cost effective. Like, I also feel like to your point, like we didn't have the pressure to like have this perfect photo or this perfect, like we were just so go with the flow. And because we had so much more fun just like being with each other than like worrying about the minute things.
Yeah.
And like Riley said, we tried to make it as cost effective as possible. So don't get us wrong. We love going out and getting bougie drinks, but we also had our fair share of like staying in and finding ways to have just as much fun, but save, because it is a lot to commit to. And I know a lot of times girls have a hard time committing because they're like, okay, well, I'm going to buy the flight and then it's going to be an arm and a leg when I get there. And it doesn't have to be like that.
No, it doesn't. Just prioritizing quality time for sure. Okay, so that is our foolproof recipe for planning the perfect girls trip. We hope that you guys are inspired to plan a trip of your own. It might take a while, like you might have to plan months and months in advance, which is totally fine. It just, you get to like hype it up, and the anticipation leading up to it is always fun too.
Also, don't you feel like when there's months and months before the trip, like you feel like at that point it was free because the flight's so long and gone and already paid for that it's like a little less stressful. But I feel like I think leaving a trip, having another trip, at least in the works, is so smart, like we were saying, because it's so sad leaving your friends. And so we're obviously sad to have left them, but we already have trips on the docket. And I think all of us are just on the struggle bus this week. But
so tired.
Honestly, like this makes me like, I want to hear if people have like a girls trip that's brewing where you guys go. If it's like somewhere crazy or somewhere local or fun. But yeah, I hope this was helpful because we know the struggle of growing up and being far from your friends. But I think girls trips are so healthy for the soul too, especially if you're with a partner or even if you don't have a partner. Like you need that connection with people that don't judge you and that you can be your true fullest self with, don't you think?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I think I said that over the weekend. I was like, I feel like I can tell you guys literally anything and I will never be judged, like no matter what. It is so important if you do need to vent or just really anything, you can talk to your girls about it. But I totally agree with you on that girl math with paying for a trip so far in advance. It's like by the time it comes, you paid it off so long ago, it's basically free.
Yeah, honestly. That at least that's our girl math. That's our girl math for you. But the one last thing that you said that made me think, it's like so refreshing too I think someone said it during one conversation we had. It's like, wow, I didn't know all of you guys did that too or felt that way too. You like get so reassured that like feelings you're going through or things that are going on that like you really aren't alone in it. So you always feel so happy and so rejuvenated when you go on the trip. So it doubles as more than just a girls trip. I feel
also
like
therapy.
Yeah, it's literally therapy and it's so much fun. And the flight home, don't you feel like you just like look back on the memories and laugh and you're like already so excited to be back with everyone?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So if you guys are planning a trip with your girlfriends, a girls trip, put in the comments where you're going. I feel like it's so fun to see that kind of stuff and maybe get inspo for our next girls trip.
I know.
But let's get into Girls Room. We have 3 really good submissions today. If you're unfamiliar with Girls Room, this is our advice segment or really just tell all segment, not even just advice, of submissions that you guys have submitted to our Instagram, and we answer 3 each episode. So number 1, hi, I absolutely love the pod. My question is, we are in a season and age of our friends getting married. We set a date a while ago and our close friends got engaged long after us and set their date a few weeks before us. Did you both deal with this? And if so, how? I just want to be happy and celebrate. Okay, so I thought this was really fitting because 2 of our best friends are getting married like 2 months apart. And I think they are doing the most amazing job because it's hard because literally what we've been talking about all episode, it is so hard to find dates where everyone's available and then throw in someone else getting married a couple months after you or before you. It's so difficult. And I think that they are just communicating and taking each other's, wedding into consideration. So my advice to you would be communicate with your friend. Do not have any hard feelings about it. Like you don't want any bad blood or you don't want this to affect your friendship. I would say communication is the ultimate key here.
I totally agree. I think at the end of the day, no one's events are going to be like, what's the word? It's like lesser than just because someone else's is around the corner. I think communication with the people involved is everything. Like Riley said, to put into perspective too, my sister, brother, and I all got married within the same 12 months. My brother and I actually got married within a 2 or 3 month time frame. And so it was all just about communication and like letting everyone have their moment when it was their time, and just having perspective of like when to not talk about like when your event's coming up or whatever the case may be. I think it's just so hard to figure out a perfect time for your family, for your fiance's family, for your friends who have other friends outside of you. Like, everyone is entitled to get married when they do want and when works best for them, because at the end of the day, it is their moment. But that does come with, if people are crossing paths, and that to just be open and honest and even say that, like, I want you to have the best time and all your events to be fully about you. Like, this is what worked best for me. So let's find a way to like make it work for both of us.
Perfect. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks.
We hope that helps you through it. I know it's such a crazy time. Okay. Second question. Okay. Buying your first house. Real talk. Why do real estate words make no sense? That is the truth. We keep getting emails to make decisions about the house we don't even know if we have yet. My husband and I are trying to figure out all things: down payments, escrow, contracts, and DocuSign our lives away, waiting to hear if our loan is accepted. And we are just blown away at how this is an actual part-time job for both of us. Like, how do we not get attached to this house after all? That might have been cut off at the end, but basically you get the gist.
Yeah.
I feel like house buying was insane. I had no idea what I was doing. Our saving grace was we had the best, I forget what she was called, like maybe loan processor or something. I remember her name was Stacy. I feel like I talked to her every single day, because you're right. It's a part-time job. Like, there's so much to do, but she was so understanding. I feel like we just communicated like, this is our first time. We have no idea what we're doing. We don't know what any of this stuff means. And just finding someone who understands that and will work with you and explain everything to you is so important. Our girl Stacy was like, this is what this means. Call me if you have questions. It's just finding that person who's on your side will make the world of a difference.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree. Also, shout out Stacy. We need more Stacys in the world. I think
we do.
I feel like for Ryan and I, we just like tried to research and ask our parents for help, because I'm like, I know they had their first time experience before. It is so wild to me that none of this stuff is taught or even lightly discussed in school.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
but we know the most random things, like, I don't know, the math stuff.
E equals MC squared or whatever.
Clearly math wasn't our subject.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, like, we might need to erase that, because I don't even know if that's the right saying. But I think giving yourself grace too, like you said, it is your first house and you have to learn at some point. And I think Ryan and I just had that understanding, like, we're going to do our best and like research and learn, but everything we learn is going to help us for when we go through it again. And it's kind of fun to go through something like that together. But I will say, yeah, I totally think it's a foreign subject. You don't want to mess up. It's a huge, huge, huge payment and like responsibility you're taking on. But at the end, was she saying she doesn't know if they even got the home?
Yeah, because I think this is right. Like, before you close, anything can happen, you know, like,
right.
So I think that's kind of what she's saying. Like, they're doing all this work, but they haven't even closed on the house yet.
Yeah. So as far as that, I feel like Riley and I don't have specific experience, because we both decided to build our first home, but we still went through all those like foreign taboo topics. And I think just give yourself grace and researching and like reading articles and talking to people that you know have also been through it that you can trust, if you don't have a Stacy, will help you too.
Yes, for sure. Just communicating that it's your first time. People are usually understanding, not everyone, but finding that person who gets you and like genuinely wants to help you, I feel like is definitely key. Okay, so the last one is a short one. What is the best piece of advice you have for feeling confident?
Oh,
I feel like I am not always confident, but something that I try to like always have in the back of my head is like, you shouldn't care what people think about you. And people aren't always thinking, like, I feel like sometimes I'll do something and I'll be like, why did I do that? Or like you think about it forever, but it's like, no one cares, you know, just being yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I have this one mastered. I wish I did, but I think going off, kind of like echoing off of Riley, it's like when you kind of just sit back and think like, no one cares about me as much as like everyone is thinking about themselves and worried about, not even in a selfish way, like they're thinking about how they look and what they're not doing. And they're not thinking as in depth about like your little movements or what you're wearing or how you look. And also I think, I don't know, it is hard. Like you just have to kind of realize everyone feels insecure in some ways. And if you're looking at it in the sense of like social media, that's like totally a highlight reel and not like a realistic place to like have lack of confidence or be confident. But I don't know. I'm trying to think like taking care of yourself and just like being like wearing something that you feel like flatters you. I don't know. Like I could go so in depth on this. I don't even know where to like start.
No, I know what you're trying to say. Like, as long as you're happy and you feel good about yourself and you feel good about whatever maybe it's something you're wearing, or it doesn't matter what other people think of you. Their opinions do not matter. And it's like, I feel like something as silly as maybe something you said, it was like awkward and you just think about it all day. I feel like everyone has that where it's like, you can't stop thinking about it, but it's like, no one cares. No one, they're not still thinking about it. Why are you?
I know. That is the worst feeling. I do that all the time. I'm like, why didn't I just shut my mouth? Like, I don't know. Sometimes the second something comes out of my mouth, I'm like, damn it. Why did I do that? But I feel like this could be an entire subject. I think Riley and I have had our fair share of like confident and not so confident moments. So you're not alone. I think we'll put it on our docket to do a full in-depth one for you. But hopefully in the meantime, that kind of just inspired you to like find things that make you happy, because you never want to look back and be like, I'm so mad I was so insecure in that moment that I feel like I didn't get to enjoy that experience or whatever the case may be. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, or like doing something just because you care what people think and it's like not really something you want to do. I can't even think of an example of this, but it's just like, I feel like as we get older, we care less about what other people think of us and more about our own happiness and just enjoyment that we get out of life.
Totally. Well said.
Thanks. Well, I think that concludes our happy hour. Thank you guys so much for spending time with us and watching or listening. As always, please feel free to share this podcast with your friends, family, sisters, girlfriends, whoever you think might love it. We would so appreciate it.
Yes, and you can find us at Drinks on Us Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you're watching the YouTube version, we love hanging out with you over on here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Any repost, 5-star review means the world to us, and it does not go unnoticed. But I just want to cheers to you guys. Hopefully this inspires you to get the girls trip booked, get it out of the group chat. We are cheering you on. Rally the troops. And I hope you guys have the best week. And I can't wait to see Riley this weekend. But we will see you guys same time, same place next week. Love you, Riley.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.